on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help.
Race fans, welcome. We're live here tonight. That's right, Daytona International Speedway. And man, I'm going to tell you what, it is going to be electric here because we're back here with the USRL. And that's right, T-Rexx Grills style. And I like these guys, man. Was with them for quite a while on the back end and whatnot of what they done last year. Dustin Phillips and company here tonight, but we're under the lights here, Daytona, for the duels for the second annual Harry J. Walls Memorial. And if you were here last year, folks, one of the early on races I done, Harry J. Walls, Jack Walls' dad out here, and unfortunately, he passed away, but you know what? It was an awesome first annual race, and Jack Walls in a thriller pulled that thing off in the closing laps of the win. So hopefully tonight definitely will be another one. What's going on, race fans? We're here live, like I said, Daytona, and always, I'm Joe White up here in the booth, and I'm accompanied by Tim McBriar. Tim, how you doing, man?
Joe, I'm doing just great. How are you?
Man, I'm doing awesome, man. And I tell you, we got a lot of race fans out there tonight, and they're looking forward to seeing a lot of these. 60 laps tonight for this race. This is just a dual style race tonight. It's not the actual full style Daytona. Next week, well, we will be at the Daytona here for the United Southern Racing League, USRL. But tonight is kind of like a preseason style race. So it's kind of a short, fast, and in-your-face, furious style plate track. Tim, what you think we're going to see here tonight?
Well, Joe, I hope we see some good drafting. These trucks draft pretty good there. I'm watching a couple of them right now. They drafting pretty good in the corner.
They do, and I tell you, that's another thing we got to watch out for is they draft probably sometime a little bit too good. And, they get up there, man, they start beating and banging with each other.
Yeah, well, when you get them side by side, these trucks will dance around.
No doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, like I say, we're under the lights here tonight, Daytona International Speedway. And we are about to, it's going to be awesome. It's the way I said it. You can hear my dog getting excited behind me already.
Yeah, I had to get mine set up for race time. I had to get me some coffee and everything ready. Ain't got no food, though.
Oh, you got your coffee ready? I got my coffee ready. Well, let me, you know what? Let's see if we can get a quick word in because we're still in the middle of practice here. We got about 7 minutes to go here in practice. If we can't bring up somebody up here, Dustin Phillips right fast, one of the league owners here. We can't get him up here, man, and get a talk in with him.
All right.
If I can get him up here. Discord is it's a work of art sometimes.
He's still
Here we go.
track.
I got him. Dustin Phillips, Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got a copy.
Well, Dustin, I tell you what, we're kicking off this season right. Second annual Harry J. Walls 150 here at Daytona. What do you think we're going to look at, man, out here tonight?
Yeah, man, we got a pretty good field. Appreciate you and OSRN Network coming on. It's a big event for us. It's our season opener here, the Harry J. Walls Memorial 150, and putting this on for Jack Wall's dad. It's the second annual, and just couldn't be more proud to be a part of it and what we're doing here at the USRL.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'll tell you, like you just said, it's the second annual one here, and we're under the lights. Actually, a preseason style race here tonight. My dog in the background is very excited about the race here tonight, as always. But, we got the second annual here, and it's going to be an interesting one tonight. It's kind of a preseason style race. Next week we got the actual Daytona one here to kick the season off. But tonight, these boys here, 60 laps, going to be some mayhem style racing. Hopefully it'll be some good racing, but it can be some mayhem racing here at Daytona.
Yeah, for sure. And just as you were speaking to me, we were in our drivers' meeting trying to go over a couple of things that we wanted to clean up before this race got going, and we were making sure the guys understood that we're here to put on a great show for these guys, and Daytona is Daytona, but I'd love to see a green flag race here tonight, and but I got an idea there's going to be a bunch of guys here antsy to make a point and show that they want to be here and be pretty strong here tonight. So we'll see how that goes, and looking forward to a great race, Joe.
Well, and it always it was a great season last season, and an awesome, and it was a great race and everything. Loved it. So again, just wanted to get a quick word in with you there, Dustin, man, and tell you congratulations on the baby, because I don't think I got to talk to you last time very much about that. I know he's almost getting, about a year old now, she is, I think it is?
Yeah, she just turned a year old, Joe, and I appreciate it, man. She's growing big and just beautiful. I mean, I know everybody talks about how beautiful a kid is, but I don't know how I made that one, man. That one is just absolutely gorgeous, and we are blessed to have her, so I appreciate you. And like I said, we're looking to put on a good show here tonight, and definitely looking forward to an exciting one here at Daytona.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, right now it's we got some pretty good weather out here under the lights tonight. So, hey, I wish you the luck out there, and I know you got your team down there, and it's always going to be a team rivalry on this one. So, Dustin, appreciate it. It's going to be an awesome season this season.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, us and Hyper Motorsports, Toyota's been working all preseason to get these trucks right. We're ready to do battle with these JCR boys. They're out for blood. They've already been talking this week, so we're looking forward to putting on a great show, and hopefully as the season goes on, we'll be the ones battling here for the team championship. All
right, well, good deal. Let's get back down there and get to practice, man, as we got about 3 minutes left before we get into qualifying. Good luck out there, Dustin. Well, Tim, I tell you what, man, right there, Dustin Phillips, owner here at USRL, good guy. He just had a daughter, man, last year. Deployed over across seas. Good military guy there, man. Good league here, like we said before, man. These guys out here about to put on a good show as we're getting set here to qualifying here soon.
Yeah, man, he's lucky, I tell you. They don't stay a little long there, Joe.
No, they do not. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, right now, as we're watching these guys storm around Daytona, man on point right now, Dustin Ping and Reggie Evans. He's up there up top, man, putting on the top of the speed charts right now. Dustin Phillips, he's right now is, well, he hasn't really ran a time yet.
I see him down there at the bottom.
Yeah, he hadn't really ran a time yet. So, but Dustin Ping up there at the top, you can already see he's out front.
I like the way they lined up.
Oh yeah, and I think that's what we're pretty much going to see in this entire race, as these guys will be lined up, a single file in a freight train order. We've seen that happen through and through the whole entire race here tonight. So these trucks, man, bring about them some unique style racing.
Yeah, I love watching trucks.
Well, the thing about the race here tonight is, we got a pretty good field right now. Man, we're looking at about 24 trucks out here. Pretty good field. The thing about the trucks, as opposed to the Gen 6 car or the Xfinity car out here, especially Daytona, and I know, Tim, these guys will go side by side for most of this entire race.
You know it, Joe. That's the only way they're going to get it done.
Right there, we're just looking at a couple guys. We got about a minute left here in practice, and then we're going to get on with qualifying here. And we got 60 laps here tonight. It's just kind of a, short prelude to the season next week, because Daytona, well, that's where we kick it all off, Tim.
Yeah, I can't wait, Joe. That's going to be a nice one.
Well, we got a lot of racing still this week. We still got a championship race coming up this Tuesday. And then we're going to kick the season off in the next probably about a month or so. But, we're here at the USRL, and we're actually sitting here. We're kicking this season off here tonight with a run in here of the Harry J. Walls, second annual Harry J. Walls Memorial Race. And like I say again, that guy out there, he's, and I, really enjoy Dustin Phillips and company letting us come up in here and call this race.
You better know it. I tell you what, I appreciate him doing that too, Joe.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, top charts, got a mix of them out there, in the Toyotas and the Chevys out there, but you got your drivers right there. Jordan Beck, watching him right now, he's currently 12th on the speed charts. We've got about 6 seconds here left, and we're going to scoot it on in to qualifying here, and these guys will go. They don't have an open style qualifying, but they do have a they have the 1x1, kind of the old style qualifying that they used to have.
Yeah, that's like we do when we're qualifying, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Well, here we go. We are going up qualifying. We're going to get these boys out here. And again, hey, not ignoring anybody out in the chat. What's going on, everybody out there? We're live here tonight. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live. Check us out at Online Sim Racing Network. As we're bringing this thing here live here at Daytona, under the lights here. Going to be a very, very good race. USRL, like these guys. One of the first leagues that I done, Tim, when I started the broadcast here about a little over a year ago.
Yep, I remember that, Joe.
Yeah, a really, really good lead. He came on board, Dustin, this season, man. He wanted me to do it here on Sunday night. And I said, well, all right, if we can get everything, man, lined up, the stars lined up, the moon out right, we'll be getting good and go. But I want to appreciate all the viewers out there tuning in. And let me know how everything sounds, everything looks. Especially let me know how Tim sounds, you know, because he likes to talk.
Oh, Lord.
So you don't like to talk, Tim?
Oh, yeah, I love to talk.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, let's see what we got going on here. Qualifying out right now, just kind of messing around, folks. Got a little overlay out here. And there's your qualifying order right there. There you go. How's that? Kind of give the viewers out there insight on who's on top and etc. And it might help if I actually turn the motors on so they could hear the motors. Tim, you still here with me?
Oh, yeah.
I ain't know if you fall asleep on me.
Oh, I'm not falling asleep. I'm trying to fix my thing here.
What you fixing?
My qualifying sheet.
Oh, okay. You making a sheet?
Yeah, I got it now.
Uh-oh, good deal. Well, I got all these buttons over here. I keep it on the order, and I got my little cheat sheet over here on my other monitor.
I ain't even got my other monitor turned on.
Oh, you ain't got to turn it. I hear you.
I feel naked without it though. I've always
Hey, you
got
just noticed.
my monitor
Hey, wait a minute.
on.
You just noticed. I think I just see somebody in here we know very well. John T. Wimbish.
Yeah, John T's in here.
I just saw his name pop up. Really didn't know. It's got Jamie Christensen, Gerald West back in there. Hope he's back in the race here. And Tommy Haynes. Now, you know who Tommy Haynes is. Yeah, they hang out there over there with them together. Now, Jack Walls. Jack Walls is actually the guy who, that's his dad that we're putting on this race here tonight. Second annual Harry J. Walls Memorial. And, you know, Harry J. Walls, obviously the father of Jack Walls out here. Jack Walls, really good guy. And I'm going to tell you what, Tim, last season, the last race here, boy, it was a thriller. Came to the last lap and the last turn. He made a daring move to the outside and blew by 3 or 4 of those trucks and made that pass and won that race, and it was an awesome run.
Yes, he did, Joe. He was awesome, wasn't he?
I don't know. You had to get up with Dustin on that one there, Buzz. I don't control on the racing stuff, man. Corey Wharton, I know him very well out there. Calvin Allison, let me give you a little update on who that is. Yes, he is kin to some of the Allison boys, Davey Allison and all that. To kind of give you a little heads up on Calvin Allison out there. And William Long. So, man, a lot of the great guys are back here at the USRL that I remember so much from last season out here. Let's bring up here team names. So teams, we got some teams out here. We got to look at Hyper Motorsports, JCR. We got the Midwest and the South, Mad Cat Racing, Wow, TNT Motorsports. I call it Hooligan Motorsports. Well, it's Hooligan, or however they say that word. I call it Hooligan. Dustin Phillips Motorsports, and Dirty South, Covington, and Butch Frazier out there, man. It's kind of some of the teams we'll be looking for here, Tim.
Yeah, there's several names on here that I have been with before, you know, on racing the circuit.
Well, there you go. Your qualifying order here tonight as we grid these boys up right there. So kind of give you an idea, man, of who we are. Well, let's get on down here as we're about to grid these guys up here tonight and get going 60 laps here. And let's go ahead and do the grid as I bring that up, because on pole tonight, it is Jack Walls. He is out front. And second place, Lance West right there. Third place man, Butch Frazier. Corey Wharton starting into fourth place. Fifth place man, William Long. Calvin Allison, we were just talking about it. Yes, he is part of the Allison gang down there, and so he knows the plate track racing, starting sixth. Seventh place, Steve Page. Eighth place man, Reggie Evans. Ninth place, Dustin Ping. And rounding out the top 10, we got Jordan Beck. As we look through the rest of this field, Tim, I'll tell you what, it's star-studded, man. A lot of skill-based guys out here. And we're about to see some action here at Daytona.
Yes, we are, Joe. I mean, we got some good names running in the back.
Oh, yeah. And that's the one thing about Daytona. You can start in the back and bring it to the front. And we're looking at the rest of this field. Dale Albright, remember him very well out there. What a big field here, man. We got, looks like 26 drivers out there so far.
Trey Hoover.
Yep.
Dale Albright, Mike Albert, Joshua Thornton. I've been around them too.
Well, these boys are waiting right here on pit road right now as we're getting set here to go green flag racing here. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Because like I said, we're live here at Daytona International Speedway as the pace car's bringing them off. Here we go. We're about to do 60 laps here around this awesome super speedway. Well, Tim, are you strapped in and ready to go?
Yeah, I'm in racing distance, my coffee cup and everything.
Got your coffee ready to go, huh?
Yeah.
All right, good deal. Well, these guys up here, they don't got any coffee with them, but they definitely got their hands on the steering wheel, strapped into the rigs, and they are ready to go around here in the virtual world here, iracing.com. It's about the realest thing you can do without spending millions of dollars setting foot in actual one of these real machines out here is what I'll say. And what's going on, Josh Berkeley out there? Appreciate everybody tuning in. I see a Buzz, Trent Potter out there. What's going on, Trent? So I want to appreciate everybody as we're about to get set here to go green flag racing here at Daytona. First race of the season here for the USRL guys. And it's going to be interesting. United Sim Racing League here. About to kick things off here, preseason style, Daytona International Speedway as the pace car's coming out of turn 4. As I always like to say, it'll take that hard left turn off on pit road and let these guys, man, go wild in the monster trucks up front. And you're about to see, man, these boys just get nerve-wracking as here it comes. It'll slowly at the pace of about 65 miles an hour. Here we go, folks. Get ready. We're going racing at Daytona. Pace cars in. Green flag flies. We're racing here USRL style. The man out front, Jack Walls, gets a good jump. But that high line's going to take off into turn 1, Tim, as they will stay glued like that for a while until these guys get it sorted out.
Yes, they will, Joe.
Absolutely. As you see them, man, they'll storm off here to complete lap 1 as they head out of turn 2. They're going to head down the back stretch here. This is the epicenter, Daytona International Speedway. It's where it all begins here, the season of NASCAR. This is where it all, man, well, the middle of the season don't end here, but it definitely begins. They shoot off down the back stretch. Harry J. Walsh, well, you got, excuse me, it says a Harry J. Walsh second annual. The Jack Walls out front, but he's definitely got his hands full with actually Lance West there on the outside.
Yeah, they're still side by side.
Yes, they are. The number 4, he's up high as they come across. They complete this lap as they're coming into the tri-oval. It's a drag race to the line. Is he going to get it? Jack's going to lead that lap. They're already wrecking.
Yellow.
Gosh.
Wow.
Leader wreck.
And that involved Jack Walls. Unfortunately, let's go back on the replay and watch what happened. The 4 got a little loose, got into the bottom machine, got up there in the Jack, and Jack took a ride on the front stretch. And the bad thing about it, there is no quick fixes here. It's a one and done type of thing. So once you get in the wall, and unfortunately, that's going to end the night of Jack Walls there. I hate to see that earlier on, but man, that's just how fast things can change here at Daytona.
It don't take but just a blink of an eye, brother.
Absolutely. Well, and that's just the thing. I mean, it can happen so fast that you just never know. Side to your right, Trent. Looks like some side drafting going wrong. Obviously, you've got to be very careful. You can press the issue a little bit here. You also got to worry about the thing called net code. And, you just got to be careful, man, when you're dealing with a lot of this stuff here in the virtual world anyways.
Yes, you do, Joe. This track right here is fast. When they was trying to draft one another there, 3 wide, that ain't good on the first couple of laps.
No, and it looks like I say, a little bit of draft, side drafting there. The 4 got a little loose. That's another thing we haven't really talked about. These guys out here, they could be stepping this thing a little bit sideways, getting it off track just a little bit. But it looked like it got a little loose, and it just played ping pong between the 2 machines there.
Yeah, we got 2 new leaders. We got Butch Fraser and William Long up front.
Yep. Well, let me know, like I say, man, folks, everything looks out there to you there. Yeah, lap 2. We got 60 laps here. Definitely a little faster pace race here tonight, but I hate to see that been on Jack Walls' part. Obviously, last year's winner of this race, and, it's the memorial for his dad here tonight, 2nd annual Harry J. Walls 150 here. Again, I want to appreciate Dustin Phillips and company here at the USRL for letting us come on here to OSR Network and bring this coverage here to them. I want to appreciate everybody out there watching tonight, so it's already got some excitement.
I believe a little buddy in the number 4 truck stepped out a little bit. That's what got him.
Yeah, just like I say, up front, and it's just one of these things with these trucks. Now, Dustin even said it when we brought him up here and talked to him. He said that these trucks jump around a lot, and that's what we're seeing. So it might be something that they're battling with that, when you get side by side like that and inches upon inches, those guys may start jumping around. Doesn't take much to make a little bit of touch, and it's over with.
Yeah, that was a short night for him too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I hate to see that, man, on his part. So we'll definitely see. See old Josh and Trent out there talking. Yeah, you're right. Maybe just a tad bit early, but hey, you got to go for it. So you got to sometimes go for it. I don't think it was a very aggressive move that the 4 machine did up there, and that's actually the 4 of Lance West. It's just a matter of, looks like he went side drafting, and that truck just got awful bouncy on him, and next thing you know, he was just bouncing off everybody.
Yes, he was there, Joe. I've learned a long time ago, you can't win the race on the first lap.
No, you can't. Let's see if the lights on the pace car stay off for a second. If they stay off, maybe we can bring somebody up here and get a talk in with them. Looks like we might have another lap. So let's bring up Jack Walls. I know he's probably not going to be in the best to want to talk, but let's bring him up and have a talk in with him. Jack Walls, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, unfortunately.
Yeah, we saw it out there, man. Early night, early exit for the night. Hate to see that, but I tell you what, 2nd annual Harry J. Walls out here. That's your dad. Putting this awesome show on for him, and definitely love it. But just an early exit for you there tonight. You had a fast truck. You put it on pole. You put it out there. You won this race last year, and definitely was exciting for him. But tell us, man, are you going to be able to get back out there?
I don't think so. I just finished towing, so let me look back in there, see what it says. Oh, I got 36 minutes of repairs.
Oh, man, I hate to hear that. I mean, like I say, you had a definitely fast truck. Good truck. Well, what are you thinking about this season? How are you feeling about, kicking off the season here at the USRL?
Oh, I think we're looking forward to a good season. Great bunch of drivers in here. You can't go by tonight's race. Daytona is what it is. It could go green the whole thing, or it could be full of cautions. You never know.
You know what? I got to agree with you there. Like a lot of people, man, don't look at this. It's a plate track racing, and anything can happen here. I call them the wild card races. So, with that said, I think it's going to be a good season for you here. But, man, I want to get you up here and talk. I mean, it's a pleasure being able to do this race here, second annual one for your dad out there. You want to tell anybody a little bit about your dad?
Yeah, of course. My dad, he was my hero. He'd do anything for you. He worked 49 years on the railroad, started in 1950 with the Pennsylvania Railroad and finished out his career with Amtrak in 1999. He didn't want to retire, but a heart attack made him retire at the end. And he was always sad that he couldn't go back into the office and work. He just loved the railroad.
Well, nothing wrong with that. And, as always, man, most people that work that long, definitely that's something they enjoy doing and whatnot. Well, Jack, I wanted to get up here to talk to you. So I'm going to go back green flag racing. Unfortunately, man, I hate talking you into this circumstance. Would have loved to talk to you at the end of the race. But, hey, maybe next week, put that thing in victory circle.
Very good. Okay, Joe, take care.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Jack Walls, right there. And I tell you what, Tim, good guy, man. Good man right there, and definitely been out here, was racing for his dad's memory. But unfortunately, quick end to his night. Well, Tim, you want to bring us to the green?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's buckle up for another restart here. We're going to get the pace car off here in just a second.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, green flag. Boy, come off and green flag flies.
Yes, they did. And the man up front right there, Butch Frazier, he's got that 3055 machine out front right now with Stephen Page up high. William Long's looking pretty good. Dustin Phillips pulling it up front as they all head off into turn one. You can see that high line. You got 4 trucks high, 5 trucks down low as they storm out of turn 2 down the back stretch here at Daytona.
Well, they mixing it up a little bit right there, Joe.
No doubt about it. And they can here in the trucks as they come off down the back stretch. Now they all go in single file down low. They're leaving that machine up high out to dry. That's the 22 of William Long.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to drop back. But look at that. Who's in 4th place? John T. Wimbish.
Yeah, look at Dustin Phillips. He's
Yeah. Dustin Phillips up there, man, as they all going nose to tail, but you got that 21 machine there. John, he's looking good. Came out, he started back in the 15th spot up to 4th. We talked about qualifying earlier on. The thing about here at Daytona, you can start in the back, start in the front, you can start in the grandstand if you like. Usually 9 times out of 10, you can bring it to the front here at this track.
Yeah, they're all single file now up front.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to calm down after that quick caution right there as you got 4 trucks, nose to tail, wheel to wheel coming up through here as we're at lap number 8 here, 60 at Daytona. Out front right now, Butch Frazier, he's leading the pack of trucks. Stephen Page right there on his tailgate along with Dustin Phillips. They kind of jumping around a little bit. That's what Dustin alluded to earlier on in the race. He said these trucks, man, they will dance all around the track.
Oh, that air will make you dance around in these trucks.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, I tell you, you're familiar with Daytona. I'm familiar with it a little bit. You seeing these guys out here do anything different that you would do inside of one of them?
So I'm looking forward to a good race tonight. That was unfortunate for John or Jack a while ago, and things happen, Bubba.
It does, and as of right now, you know, everybody looks like it's calmed them down just a little bit. And we've also got about 2 packs, because you got to go back here to 7th place. You got 3 trucks in a line. You got Chris Berg, Greg Willis, and David Roach, all 3 of them machines right there. They've lost the top 6 runners. And then you go even further back here to Reggie Evans, who was back there by himself, Jordan Beck, who is the next pack of trucks, and he's got a whole slew of them right there in the freight train.
Tommy Haynes is working with a pack of them, too.
Absolutely. Definitely got back there in the back. Tommy Haynes looking really good as he's coming around here. The 2 other trucks right there on the inside, so you got a whole slew of them. Now, if they stay, you know, hooked up like they are, they might be able to bring them things to the front.
That's right. Him, Chris Stump, Jamie Christensen.
Yeah, as we're looking right now, that's a pack of trucks back there in the back. You can kind of tell, look at the uniform, then the actual paint jobs they got back there. If you go back, look at, I think it's Tommy Haynes. He's in that 17. He's got stripes on it. Chris Stump, Jamie Christensen, Dale Albright, Jordan Beck, Mike Abbott. You kind of look at some of them guys back there kind of got the same paint job.
Yeah, that's a good race going on back here from 11th on down to 16th or 17th.
Yeah. Well, let's get some teams out here. Let's see. Hyper Motorsports. We've got Steve Page, Dustin Phillips, Jack Walls, James West, and Greg Willis. They're all on a Hyper Motorsport bandwagon. JCR Midwest, Mike Abbott, Jamie Christensen, Bruce Potter, and John T. Wimmis is on that one. Then you got JCR South, which is Dale Albright, Tommy Haynes, Trey Hoover, Trent Potter, and Chris Stump. And Trent Potter, well, he's out in the chat, man, chatting it up.
Yeah, you notice something, Joe? This 17 right here, Tommy Haynes. They're driving like they're the front runners. You notice that?
Well, they're all kind of been in a single file on a freight train right now, just being very patient, very calm, kind of early. It's only 12 laps here of 60. You don't want to get too happy up front there, getting another wreck. We've already seen that happen there as they were all, you know, with as much as these trucks are dancing around, you got to be very, very careful.
I believe they settled down, though. I believe they settled down for some racing now.
They did. They've settled down a whole lot. Let's go back up front and see what our front runners are doing. As Butch Fraser still out front, but he has got that number 1, a Steve Page, tucked up underneath his tailgate and having a tailgate party on the back of that truck up front there, along with Dustin Phillips, John T. Wimmis right there in Ford, Ryan Goodwin sitting in the top 5 there. As I say that, truck jumps up to the outside. He's going to see if he can get it. That's the 44 there, Dustin Phillips.
William Long's right there with him, too.
Yeah, here we go. He's got help. Ryan on the high side. So we got about 4 trucks high, 3 trucks low, as they're going to take it door-to-door coming across the line this time by. They're going to complete lap 13 here. Going to put it lap 14 of 60 in the books here. Daytona under the lights here tonight for the 2nd annual Harry J. Walls 150. It's kind of a prelude to next week, as our race next week we've got is going to be for, well, that really starts all the season.
Yeah, you notice how much space they give them between one another in there, Joe?
Yeah, they're going to give them a lot of space, but they are still stuck together side by side as they come out of the turn. As you see, the 3 trucks high, and they got about 4 down low. Right now, though, it's textbook-style drafting is what I want to call as they come out of 4. You see how much distance they are between the trucks from a nose to tail. That is usually textbook on what happens here earlier on. You will see with about 10 laps to go, forget about it. They'll put that front nose right up underneath that tailpipe or the rear end of one of these trucks.
Kind of like a bump and run.
Absolutely. Right now, they're keeping about, it looks like about a half truck car length off of it, which again, like I say, that's kind of a textbook. Keep these things cool. Even though it's in the virtual world, you can blow one of them motors up.
Oh, yeah, they don't want that for sure.
No doubt about it. Right now, Toyotas are rumbling at the front side of this one. As you see up top, you got a whole slew of them out in the parade. And you got that 55. He's looking like he's wanting to move away. Don't want to get too far up there. That freight train will come back by you and just run you right over.
I tell you what, Joe, we got a race going on back here about 8th, 9th, and 10th around there.
Yeah, looks like got a storm of trucks. Looks like that second pack has caught them, and now they've caught them. So we got a raceman up front here, and we got a race, like you said. Tommy Haynes bringing that pack along with him as they go high. He's got a slew of trucks, man, that's coming up to the high side here, and they are about to do business. As up top, the 17 of Tommy Haynes, he's looking to try to take this thing to the front side if he possibly can. Down low, though, you got Trent Hoover and company, actually the number 2 machine. That actually would be Greg Willis down there below him.
Yep, Tommy Haynes blew right by him on that top side there. He's in charge of that pack.
Absolutely. That pack's there rumbling in the back side by side. The front runners up here side by side. As Dustin Phillips takes it to the point, he goes to the lead, takes over the top spot away from Butch Frazier, drops down low on the inside of him. As behind him, John T. Wimmish in the 21. He's going to tuck up under the back tailgate as they come down the back stretch here. They're lap 17 of 60. Still a little bit early, but you can see them trucks dancing all over the place as they head off into turn 3.
Yeah, Butch Frazier's right up under Dustin Phillips' tailgate there. They're still singled out.
Yes, they are singled out side by side right now. Definitely a very, very good one. As these boys are definitely, man, putting it to the wind and looking good while they're doing it out here. Well, like I say, I want to appreciate everybody tuning in tonight as we're here live Daytona International Speedway under lights for the USRL. Second annual Harry J. Walls 150 is kind of the preseason style race here tonight. Next week, we kick it off with the Daytona race and the season here for these guys. And we're at lap 18 of 60. And up front, they're single file. Let's go back here and see what Tommy Haynes and company's doing. Well, they're back to single file again, Tim.
Yeah, I'm looking at Greg Willis there, Joe.
Greg Willis?
Yeah, he's in a dog fight back here.
All right, let's go back here and see what he's got going on. Yeah, he's back there. He's got the tail end of that lead draft there as everybody looks like they're single file. He's in that 24 machine. As everybody right now just staying nose to tail. And they were a little bit there. Calvin Allison is the only one a lap down right now as he got caught up. I think he got caught up earlier on in the incident, but he's the only one that's a lap down. He needs a lucky dog.
Pretty good racing going on back here.
Heck yeah. Mike Abbott right there. He's in the 13th place spot. Like I say, again, these guys, showing a little patience. But as I always say, about 15 laps to go, you can forget about that patience. It's about to get thrown out the side rear view mirror.
We still got Tommy Haynes leading that pack there. He's in 7th now, Joe, and Chris Stump right behind him.
Yes, he is. Tommy Haynes pulling it up to 7th place spot right there. Chris Stump right behind him. Jamie Christensen right there. In the 9th place, Jordan Beck in 10th. William Long, though, you got to go back up to William Long. And they're trying to bring that second pack up. They're about 9 seconds off the leader. If they keep in a single file form, Tommy Haynes is definitely bringing that freight train to the front. Problem is he's got to, he's not quite as fast as what the top guys are. They're running about 45-second lap times. They're running 46s with Tommy Haynes back there, but I think they got slowed down a little bit when they went across the pack and back earlier.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, we have a yellow flag. Did not see who it was.
Oh, 59 of Bruce Potter's involved. Let's go back on the replay. It looks like he just got turned back there. He was back there in that second pack. Let's go back on the replay. Let the viewers see what happened. They're coming down the bad stretch. I think it's just a bump draft going wrong. Like I say, these cars are just, they're trucks. They're Dyson. Yeah, bump draft going into the turn. The 59 got turned. The 1 got involved. And that's the 1 machine, actually, of, I get his name, Steve Page. Hate to see that, but I'll tell you what, the 59, Bruce Potter, he's all tore up for the night. Probably ended it right there.
It don't look good for him, does it?
No. And the good thing is, like I say, we are in the virtual world because it don't hurt as bad.
All it does is hurt your feelings.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does hurt your feelings now. I give you that. I'll give you that one. And the ego, I guess.
I don't see much wrong with Steve Page's truck.
No, I don't either. see who else we can get a talk in with. Tell you what, I say we can talk in if I can get him up here. That's the only thing I hate about TeamSpeak. He's got his mic off, it looks like, so I can't talk to him anyways. Let's see if we can't get Jamie Christensen up here. We're gonna have to talk with old Dustin, man, cause me and Discord just don't like each other. Trying to move people.
I told you that.
Yeah, I don't really. Not a big fan of it, but that's what they like using. So I'm trying to get him up here, but you know what? Forget it. I'm trying to get him up here in the booth. You know what he needs to do? He probably needs to move our booth down to the bottom, and that way it might be a little easier for me to move these guys so I can get a talk in with them. I was gonna try to get a talk in with Jamie Christensen. He's up in the 7th place spot right now.
Who you want to talk to?
That's what I was trying, but I can't get him moved up here. I done tried like 9 million times. That's why I was trying to get him up here, but it just don't want to scroll up. I can scroll it down very good, so maybe we'll get to see on the next one here. We'll see if Dustin will move our broadcast booth down to the bottom, and that way I can drag them down instead of trying to drag them up all the time.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll apologize. Won't get a lot of talking in tonight, but we'll get a few here and there. So what you think so far, Tim, about the race?
It's awesome there, Joe. I'm turning my second screen over here now.
So you turn your second screen on?
Yeah, that was Jamie.
Yeah, you could try to get him up here, but let's wait and see what the pace car looks like. Yeah, it's still off. Well, been a very, very good one so far. We're at lap 23 here, 60. These guys are kind of scooting around here. They were being very patient there for a little while.
Yeah, they kind of started mixing it up there and about the, 20th lap?
They did. And like I said, when we get down to about 10 or 15, they'll definitely mix it up. Well, we're here live tonight, Daytona International Speedway with USRL. And, we got 68 degrees, 68 track temp, 10 mile an hour wind, and obviously a two and a half mile track out here. Huge super speedway of Daytona. I call it the epicenter here of NASCAR and racing in general. They have the Daytona 24 hours. They just had it in real life here like about a week or so ago. Awesome, phenomenal race there. And then they get the Daytona 500 coming up next week.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that, Joe.
Yeah, I usually end up watching it. I fall asleep about halfway through it, then I wake up towards the end. I catch the first 10, 15 laps, and then I fall asleep after that.
I heard that.
I know. It's terrible, ain't it? What's going on, William? How you doing? Well, you think these guys are going to be patient? Yeah, that's what I say. I just gave up. Think these guys are going to be patient here the rest of the race?
I believe they will, Joe. These front runners up here, they've been doing good. And look at there. He brought that pack up there. Tommy Haynes did.
Yep.
And I tell you what, he's looking good right now.
Well, he was about 9 seconds back. This is what he needed. Also, Calvin Allison You know, he was the lonely car there a lap down, now back on the lead lap. So he'll be able to bring that thing to the front as the lights are on the pace car off. We're getting set here to go back green flag racing here at Daytona. Who needs who up in the booth? Who you talking about, Gerald? Me and Tim up here in the booth. Oh, here we go. We got set to go back green flag racing. That man up front, Dustin Phillips, is going to bring them to the line here. The green flags, pace car's coming out of turn 4. It's going to drop off on pit road here. And I call them the monster trucks. It's going to let them scoot off here at Daytona. Pace car's in. Here we go. We're going back green flag racing flies. And we're back running here at the Daytona for the Harry J. Walls second annual one, that is, as Dustin Phillips in that 44 gets a good jump out front. And hang on tight because he's got Butch Frazier drops behind him heading into turn 1. These guys will go nose to tail, but that high line with Tommy Haynes and company will bring it to the front with the 21 out there also.
Yeah, Butch Frazier, he ain't letting go of Dustin.
No, he's not. Butch Frazier is definitely tucked in behind in the one of Steve Page. John T. Wimmis has got that high line of rolling, though. He's got about 6 or 7. Tommy Haynes, his teammate out there, or one of his teammates, is going to bring that high line along with him. And that's the thing about these trucks. You can take that high line here at Daytona and make it work. Unlike the Gen 6 cars, a little bit tougher. These things here in the trucks, though, you can bring it up top and definitely sit up there and play for a while.
But if anybody can do it, John Wimbless can do it, buddy.
Absolutely. The 21 machine of his right there. Tommy Haynes tucked up underneath him in the 17. They work together so well. You got Steve Page up there, Chris Stump. As you see, that high line's definitely holding its own, but he is bringing it up there. The Hooters machine, though, of Butch Frazier's down low. He is trying to push Dustin Phillips out front and keep him out front. The problem is he got a freight train coming on the top side here.
You got Dale Albright coming up in 8th place there, too. He's coming up from the back.
Yes, we do. John T. Wimmis, though, bringing the high line along with it. You got the low line. Problem is, being in the back, there's nowhere to go. Everybody wants to go top side. You don't have to get the whole truck out in front. You just got to get a nose out front. As they come to the line, it's going to be a race. Well, I'll tell you right there, the 44, Dustin Phillips would have had that one by mere inches coming across the line. But the 21 up high, still locked there side by side as they scoot off into turn 1 to head to 2, coming in down the back stretch.
Don definitely got that baby cranked up.
Yes, he does. Got it cranked up and definitely wound up tight as they come down the back stretch, heading into 3. Boy, there's a truck, man. He is all over the place in the back there.
Yeah, them trucks, like you say, that air get around them trucks like that, it'll move them around, Joe.
Yes, it will. He was dancing all over the place, high, low, in the middle, everywhere he possibly can, coming through the trial. Well, this time by, Dustin leads that lap 27 here, 60. Again, got Butch Frazier there pushing him along the track, heading into turn 1 as those two trucks are down low. John T. Wimmis loses just a little bit up high, just a little bit of momentum. That's all he needs right now to get that high line going again.
Calvin Allison's coming on up there, too. He's in 8th right now, Joe.
Yeah, hang on to it, Calvin Allison. He's part of the Alabama gang from down there, though. Down in your parts down there, Tim, going on down in the Alabama area. You know, Talladega style. They know plate track racing, but he's got that 24 cranked up right now down low, and he's looking to try to bring it back up. Got his lap back, and he's definitely got a very, very fast truck out here tonight.
I don't know if that's Davy's son or not. But they had a child.
No, it's not his son, but he's part of the. He's in the family tree. I forgot. He told me one time. Maybe we'll get a word in with him, and he'll let me know again. I forgot what it was, but he's part of it. And somebody told me. Maybe somebody in the chat remembers what it was. But either way, it's Calvin Allison up there. He's still got that high line of rolling. You got John T. Wimmis trying to bring it, but that one machine, Steve Page, he is glued to the back end of the 55 of Butch Frazier. Those 3 trucks are trying to make a breakaway if they possibly can, but the 22 machine of William Long, he is hanging on to it. It's a 4 trucks low, and you got a whole slew of them up there on the high line trying to bring it back to the top.
John T. is really working that track, buddy.
Yes, he is, and he is bringing the top side with him there, along with a whole slew of teammates along with him there. Tommy Haynes, William Long, Dale Albright, Jamie Christensen, all bringing that high line and trying to make it work together. As the last several laps here, we're at lap 30. We're halfway home here in this one at Daytona.
I'll be right back, Joe.
All right, sounds good. Well, tell you what, right there, John T. Wimmis, he has almost got that thing coming to the front, along with Tommy Haynes. Tommy Haynes is right there trying to push him up there. And the man, Dustin Phillips, he is holding on to us. A couple of Toyotas up front. And you got to look, actually, a whole slew of them up front. And I remember this league, they love Toyotas here for some reason. I always call them the Toyota League. But they got a bunch of Yodas up there trying to run this place here at Daytona. And up high, John T. Wimmis, he definitely knows how to truck, and he's definitely trucking it around here at Daytona. As they come out of turn, they're going to head here, see if he can lead this lap this time by. And hope he can as they come into the tri-oval. Nope, he didn't get that lap. Dustin Phillips still led it, but he is charging to the front up high. He's still glued together with him as the 44's got the momentum. Dustin Phillips, as they head off into the turn, side drafting ever so slightly. Got to be careful with that, though. Don't want to touch as they come off down the back stretch there. Folks, hey, what do y'all think out there in the chat, man? With the racing so far, they are locked together, man, like glue up front as they come across the line to complete lap 32 of 60 heading into turn 1. You still got about 7 trucks up high. Tim said he'd be back, by the way, folks. He stepped away for a second. So, that's why I'm talking so much right now. But either way, good race up front. Dustin Phillips still holding his own. As you just see, man, you got about, it looks about 6 or 7 trucks. They just can't quite get that high line momentum rolling as these boys, man, up high. That down low definitely has the what they need going into the turn.
Joe, he just can't pull that trigger, can he?
No, can't get that thing up there up front, Tim. And I tell you, it's just he can get close, just can't quite make it stick. When he gets alongside there, the 44 Dustin Phillips, it's just almost like a brick wall, and it stops that truck.
Yeah, I've watched him several times there. He get right up beside Dustin, and he just can't go no further.
You know, and that's the thing too. It's the draft. You know, even though, like I say, we talk about it time and time again, virtual world. But hey, the aero, you've got to have the aero here. And another thing, I mean, he's definitely got the help up high.
I noticed his partner back there is not getting right up under him neither.
Well, not of right now, but as the closing laps get here soon, he definitely will be pushing it. I mean, Tommy Haynes, right now don't want to blow that truck up. But when we get down to the final laps, Tim, he'll put that truck up there in the passenger seat of John T. Wimmis to get him to the front.
He's right there with him, Mo. He's come up from way back, hasn't he?
Yes, he is. Steve Page right there hanging on the insides, riding along with him just to see how much these trucks, man, jump around. You can kind of just see it right there. Boy, it's just a handful.
That's awesome right there, Joe, the way they can run around there that fast and stay off from one another.
Well, you know, it's nerve-wracking for me. I'm sitting up here in the booth, man, and I'm sitting going, ain't no way in the world I'd have done had to take some nerve medicine after this kind of racing.
It's nerve-wracking out there right now.
That's what I'm talking about. These guys, man, are just out there side by side trying to hold them trucks still, and they're wanting to just wiggle all over the place, and they're inches upon inches from each other as that high line still pulls up, trying to take it to the front. As John T. Wimmis gets a momentum run coming out of the turn down the back stretch, he's going to try to take it to the front side. Can't quite get it done, as Dustin Phillips has definitely got a bad, fast hot rod up front there, and he's got a good partner as they go dead even into turn 3.
John doing everything he can to get up there and get that lead.
Oh, wrecking up front. This is a big one.
The big one there.
And that involved John T. Wimmis and company. Started up front. Let's go back on the replay, see what happened. We saw those trucks. We were talking about it. Trucks just jumping around all over the place. And he was bringing it to the front here. And let's just see what happened. Yeah, side draft. And the 55 just caught the tail end of him. Almost had it saved. Problem is right in the middle of the field. And it's a junkyard coming out of turn 4. Anybody need some free parts?
What 55 was dancing around there, buddy?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I tell you what. Well, it was a big one. Hate to see it. Took a lot of great trucks out, just like Jack Walls at the beginning of this one. Got caught up in the earlier on incident. That one right there, that one took a lot of good trucks out.
Yeah, that 55 stepped out on him there, Joe. And
Yeah.
That's what John. That's
Yeah, a
what
little bit
John.
of a little bit of side drafting there too. You know, John, like I say, we were talking about these trucks, and we can't talk about it enough. Trucks just bouncing around. They were dancing, and a little bit of dancing. The 55 was there, and they just made contact and almost had it saved. The problem was he's right in the middle of the pack.
And these trucks ain't gonna side draft like in cars are.
No, they're not.
These trucks are jumping around too much to be side drafting.
Yes, they do.
We got Tommy Haynes in second place now. Let's see if they're gonna make a pit stop.
Tommy Haynes, yeah, let's see if they do make a pit stop. Now we got 37 of, we're lap 37 here of 60. Got a lot of guys coming down in the pit road right now, but it looks like the top runners, they're content to stay out right now.
They could stay out another 10, 15 laps, couldn't they?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. They've already been out 15 laps on this stint, so I'm not sure how long they can go on a top fuel. What's going on, John Marine? How you doing out there? Well, you missed a couple big ones already, John.
Hey, John.
And old John Marine, definitely. He comes in and says, "Hello, world." Well, hello, John. Well, I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here. Like I say, we're live here tonight, Daytona International Speedway. First race of the season here, kind of a preseason style race, so to speak, for these guys. Let's see if they actually make their pit stop now. No, they're not coming in on pit road. Oh,
Sure didn't.
no, they did. Let's get the VIN info here. Daytona International Speedway. You know, Daytona Beach, race 1 of the season. Well, actually, pre-race here to the season, but definitely want to give a good shout out to our title sponsor, SimSpeedShop.com, coming on board here for the 2018 season here at OSR Network, and we want to appreciate those guys coming on board as title sponsor. Hey, if you're looking for a button box, anything for your sim racing rig, check those guys out at SimSpeedShop.com. They'll hook you up. They got them in stock, but they can also do you a custom one if you want. You can check them out online, SimSpeedShop.com. Check them out on Facebook, SimSpeedShop, or Twitter. I call it Twitter, but it's Twitter. Either one you want to call it. At SimSpeedShop, hashtag get a box. Like I say, man, get rid of the mouse. Get you a box. Why not? The guys do awesome work. Jason Eisenhower, Adam Eisenhower, those boys over there, man, definitely, they'll hook you up. Get up with them. Yeah, John, this is my overlay. This is the other overlay that I had with my ticker and all that. So I got one that's flashy, and then I got one that's kind of, you know, I like the clean cut look, kind of give everybody informative. How's that? Okay, everything look good on stream-wise on your way? Good deal. I want to make sure everybody been looking good, sounding good. Tim, you still here? You didn't fall asleep on me, did you?
Oh, but I'm yawning. I'm all right.
Yeah, I can be yawning with this kind of excitement.
Right now, we ain't excited yet.
Oh, gotcha. Well, hey, like I say, business might be about to pick up front here as we're at lap 38 of 60. We're getting very close to, now at a plate track, there's a couple things you got to keep in mind. Obviously, plate track racing, with about 20 laps to go, we'd usually say, yeah, it's about to pick up. Usually it takes a little longer on plate tracks, about 10 or 12 to go. Yeah, next week the real Daytona, and also next week we kick off here this season. We'll actually have the full day, well, not a full Daytona, but their Daytona race kicks off here tomorrow. Sim 500, folks. That's right, we kick their season off at Daytona in the Cup Cars Monday Night Money Series right there, presented by Trans Service, man. Tomorrow night, Sim 500 in the Gen 6 cars. Been a long off season with those guys, but tomorrow night we kick that season off. You can see us, man, on YouTube, Twitch, and on iRacing Live tomorrow with those guys. So check it out tomorrow night.
The pace car's off there, Joe. Just pace car lights off.
Yep, lights off on pace car. You want to bring us to the green, Tim?
I can do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. A little bit tighter. We got another restart here. Pace car is in turn 3. My bad. Green flag. Green.
All right, good deal. Tim brings them to the green here for us tonight. And that man up front, Dustin Phillips, gets another good jump. The problem is Tommy Haynes this time's on the high side. He's still got Butch Frazier up there. Tommy Haynes, that's Calvin Allison. He's going to bring it to the front. Hang on as they head off into turn 1. We're going to see if Tommy Haynes can do anything with that. But behind him, he's got the Hooters machine of the 55. He's hooting around the track right now.
Yeah, look like he's going to lead this lap.
Absolutely. Well, we say he's going to lead it, but look at Tommy Haynes. He is motoring that thing to the front. He's got the high line rolling. They head into turn 3. They still going to storm out of turn 3 and 4. That this time by for lap 40 or 60. Tommy Haynes up high is going to try to bring a freight train and muscle his way to the front. And I think Tommy Haynes actually led that lap that time by mere feet that time, Tim.
Ooh, 3 wide here, Joe. Look at that.
3 wide, 55 goes high, 24 on the inside. As they take it, like you said, side by side, that's going to drop Butch Frazier to the back as he gets hung out to dry. Calvin Allison's bringing it. Oh, they're wrecking up front. Tommy Haynes is around.
Yellow.
That one good.
No, it wasn't. Looked like he got clipped a little bit. They got turned around, and it's another big one. We're into caution here. Let's go back here and look and see what happened on the replay. Yeah, it just looks like a bump draft gone wrong. As you said, they were 3 wide. Kind of got hung up there. The 04 machine was bump drafted into turn a little bit. Tommy Haynes got backed up, and I think he just got clipped. And the 98 of Chris Stump, nowhere to go. And then, man, the Napa know-how machine. Well, I didn't know how to get out of the way of that one.
Wasn't Calvin in that one?
No, Calvin Allison's still in third. He avoided that.
That was luck on his part because he was right there.
Wow. Huge wreck.
I couldn't believe he got through that one because he was amongst it.
Yeah. Just one of these things here. Dustin Phillips, we talked to him here before the race, Tim, and he said himself, these trucks, they're a handful. Obviously we're not out there, but they're a handful. We can see them dancing around a lot, but we can already see that the side draft. So it's something these guys are trying to learn here tonight. Good thing it is kind of a preseason race here tonight. 60 laps will lead us into next weekend to the Daytona race that we're looking at. So these guys will get this kind of out of their system, get a feeling for what this truck will do, and go from there.
They're getting a feeling of it tonight, that's for sure. I just don't see how 24 got out of that one. He was right in the middle of it when it happened. But he did get out.
Well, he hung on to it.
Wow.
Dustin Phillips has led right now. How many laps he's led up here? I give him a little chart out up here. Hang on a minute, folks. I'll tell you how many he led in a minute. He's led 27 of the laps so far, 43 out here. Been very, very good. And hey, you're right, John. Valentine's Day coming up, so don't forget about all the sweethearts out there. I guess wives, girlfriends. I guess if you've got a lover, I reckon you could send them a Valentine's. I guess that's fine. But if you do, we don't want to know about it. Tim, who you got on your Valentine's list? Got to hit your button, Tim.
Oh, I forgot.
Who you got on your Valentine's list, Tim?
Yeah, I think it's still too close to call.
Yeah. Now I ask, who do you got on your Valentine's list?
I don't even know if I even got one of them.
There you go. Well, probably got a secret admirer out there somewhere, don't you?
I probably do, Joe, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, true. There you go. Well, we're at lap 44 here of 60, so we are getting down to where it's 15 to go. And probably the time we get back to going green flag racing, it's going to be about 12 to go here. And like I said before, business is going to pick up front. Run what you brung. These guys up here, now you're going to start seeing, teammates, teams, friendships, brotherhood, all that stuff's out the door, And I always like to say, well, folks, tell everybody in the house to be quiet. We're about to have an awesome race. Tell the dog and the cat, hush, and if you got a gerbil, tell them to be quiet. And go tell the neighbors, hold the music down. We got a race day today.
Looky where Jordan Beck is.
Absolutely. Sitting in second. Got Calvin Allison right there in third. Jamie Christensen there in fourth. Greg Willis fifth. Butch Frazier. He's back up front. Now, Butch got caught up in an incident earlier on, but he's back up there in sixth. Trey Hoovler. I think that's how you say it. I call him Hoover, but it's Hoovler. Dustin always has to correct me on some of that stuff. Now, Dustin, he's more of the, he gets all the right pronunciations,
Hoovler.
What's up, Gerald? They like this overlay. Yeah, I'll probably use this one a lot more. I got to fix some of the logos and stuff, but I already had it made for this race, so I said, why not? We'll throw it up, debut it out here, but until I can get some of the other overlays put in place. But yeah, I'll probably use this overlay here, probably one of my main ones. I'll still use the other one and whatnot too. All right, we're getting set to go back green flag racing, Tim.
Yeah, we are. I kind of lost mine wasn't update, Joe.
What wouldn't update we talking about?
My overlay.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll work on it later. Oh, Gerald says he's got an admirer. I hear you. Well, like I say, let me know how everything looks, sounds out there to you. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here, and it's been a very good race. I want to appreciate SimSpeedShop.com coming on board tonight, and I want to appreciate Dustin Phillips and company here at the USRL for letting us here at OSR Network bring this coverage to you. And as always, I want to appreciate Tim been up here in the booth with me.
I appreciate you appreciating me, Joe.
Yeah, no problem. I'll tell you what, so we got, when we go green flag, we're going to have 14 to go here. I'll tell you, it's probably going to get dicey up front now, Tim.
Boy, howdy.
And Dustin Phillips has been out front all night long. So here we go. Pace car comes out of turn 4. He's going to duck off on pit road. And these guys are going to go back green flag. Jordan Beck's going to be up high there with Calvin Allison going to be pushing Dustin. Green flag flies. Here we go. We're back racing at Daytona as the engines come to life. They storm off into turn 1. Dustin Phillips has got a push by that number 24, Calvin Allison. But don't count out that high line there. That high line of Jordan Beck, Jamie Christensen up there up top. And there's a rivalry between those teams, Dustin Phillips and Jamie. So you got to hang on to it. It's going to be something that's interesting all season long, Tim. And we got to push a button. And we talk about it. Dustin said that those guys, man, over the JCR Racing, which is Justin Christensen up there talking, they were talking about they're going to beat up on Hyper Motorsports Racing. And that's Dustin Phillips out front. Dustin says, well, I'm going to have to bring this thing up, and all race long he's done it. But Jordan Beck's bringing the high line to life, and he's got help behind him.
They're not beating up on them like they said they would.
No, and right now, Dustin Phillips is the man out front. He's leading this one. And you've got Jordan Beck up high, but he's got a good pusher in the form of Calvin Allison, who is tucked up underneath the back end. Now you're starting to see these guys use the bump draft down the back stretch. They are not having any part of right there off the back end. You see them all tucked up, glued, nose to tail, as they head out of turn 4 to complete this lap. It will be 47 of 60 here as we're getting close to 10 to go, Tim.
Man, I tell you, it's going to be that way all the way to the end right there, Joe.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you what, well, since we're watching this, let's go high and wide to the Blimpie cam. That's right, Blimpie. Everybody likes Blimpie. Tim, you like Blimpie?
Yeah.
You got to be a little careful, but Blimpie gives you a good perspective of the track and also shows you just how far apart these guys are. And who don't like Blimpie? I mean, come on, Blimpie, it's a happy word, and I still want to meet the person that can think that they can stay mad and say Blimpie.
Something wrong, Pedro.
That's what I'm talking about. Definitely something very, very wrong right now up front. The only thing that's wrong is they can't break away 2 by 2 coming into the turn across the line. Dustin Phillips takes that lead right there as he storms off on the inside. That is the only thing. The high line can't get the traction that it needs, but it is staying up top glued as they will still stay double file out of turn 2 down the back stretch.
That high line in a groove, it ain't in the groove.
Well, they're trying, but again, Tim, you got to remember, he doesn't have to pass him. He just got to get that nose out front like it is right now.
That's right.
Only has to have a couple inches. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Hey, another one. You want it, we got it. Let's give it to him here, Tim. Let's bring up the speed can.
Bring it up.
All right, folks, I'll tell you what, if that doesn't get your blood pumping, your hair jumping up and down your skin, and getting you running around the house, well, I really don't know what will, because, man, that's just some awesome racing that these guys are putting on up front. And if not, you might want to get a doctor's appointment tomorrow and get up with somebody and get some medication, man, there. So you're going to need it, because you got some good racing up front.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, right. You got to be a born person if you don't like this kind of excitement. We got less than 10 to go, and it's picking up front. Dustin Phillips out front with Calvin Allison pushing away along with him. Jordan Beck up top, though, as we're looking right here. Jamie Christensen almost getting knocked out of it right now, as these boys, man, are definitely about to they're about to knock each other's teeth out up front here.
I wonder when that second place car is going to make his move, Joe.
Couldn't tell you right now. They're all glued together like hotcakes up front. You got 2x2 coming out of the turn. The whole 4 up top there. Jordan Beck can't go anywhere, but he's got help behind him there, along with Greg Willis, Jamie Christensen and company. You got Dustin Phillips down low, and along with Calvin Allison.
Yeah, Greg Willis has got his truck in that run now.
Yes, he does. As you got 4 up high trying to get the high line rolling. They come out of 4, and they're going to try to complete this lap. It will be 5 to go. Jordan Beck takes that top spot just as slowly. It's a drag race. He'll lead it. That's all he needs to win the race right there. If it comes to the last lap on the last turn, just needs a nose out front.
That's all it takes, Joe. Just that nose out in front of that lead runner, and you got it.
Absolutely. 3 trucks down low. They are glued together. Dustin Phillips, man, makes a move up high. Actually, that's Calvin Allison making a move. My bad. He takes it to the high line. Yo, Ford Jordan, they split them 3 wide up front.
Oh, that ain't going to work.
No, it's not. Jordan Beck, he's hung out to dry. They still 3 wide, 2x2. Calvin Allison comes out of 4. We got 4 laps to go when he crossed the line. Dustin Phillips has got help down low. Greg Willis is glued to him. The top side of the 88 machine. Jamie Christensen, you got a duke it out battle going into turn 1.
Yep, he answered the question there when I said a while ago, when are they going to make it move, and there it is.
Yes, it is, and right now these boys are definitely making their moves, and they're making it look very good and very easy out there. But it's not easy. As you see them storm down the back stretch, they will still take it door to door here at Daytona with 5 to go, folks. They'll cross the line coming into turn 3 here, and there'll be 4 to go as that man up there, the 24, Calvin Allison. He was a lap down earlier on in the race, and right now he is definitely back in a dogfight to try to take this thing and win it tonight.
He's definitely in the hunt for that lead, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Right now, got the high line of screaming with Jamie Christensen right there glued to his back deck lid, and the 90 of Trey Hoogler. He is glued to it. They are battling it out door to door with a 44 as the 2 machine of Greg Willis is pushing for everything he's got. Jordan Beck down low. 3 machines there, 3 up high. We got a 6-truck battle and a nightmare going on in the back stretch here at Daytona.
That's right. I believe the man that beats that 44, though.
Boy, he's just got to hang on for a couple more laps here. If a caution comes out at this point, it's over with. You got to be very mindful of that. 4 trucks down low. They're going to leave the high side alone. Jamie's trying to push that 24 back to the front. Can't get it done. Will the 2 think about stepping out of line? The 4 does. Jordan says, I want that lead back.
He might have waited too late.
Well, not necessarily, because we still got about 2 to go. This is a huge track. Remember that, Tim.
Well, he ain't got no help up there.
He's got help now in the form of another truck. Looks like the 88 might step out of line. Calvin Allison's pushing the 4. You got 4 down low. Remember, he only needs that slight nose out front. Hey, what's up, Max? How you doing out there, man? I'm gonna think that's probably Rudy, but we got definitely a huge fight on our hands up front out here. As a man out there, the 44, Dustin Phillips, is trying to hold on for everything he's got. And look at it, Calvin Allison got a smiley face on his hood. He definitely got a smile on his face because he is pushing that 4, Jordan Beck, to the high side, and they are trying to rumble. With 2 to go here at Daytona, preseason action here for the USRL. Man, it's awesome right now, Tim.
Yeah, it is, Joe. And I wouldn't. Who was that?
Who was what?
There's one down low. Anyway, I wouldn't doubt that he didn't try to block a little bit if he can get up there far enough.
Absolutely. Jordan Beck is rumbling with that 04 Toyota machine. Drag race to the line. It is going to be mere inches if that was it. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. Hang on to your shorts, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, it's about to get dicey. Dustin Phillips is down low. The 2, Greg Willis, glued to his back end. The 4 up high, Jordan. Calvin Allison is pushing him for everything he's got. He's up there trying to knock the radiator out of the front of that truck.
Just not close enough to him, Joe.
Well, he is up underneath the tailgate right now. They come in turn 3 for the final time here tonight at Daytona for the preseason of the USRL. Can Jordan Beck mustered enough muscle to bring that high line out of turn 4? Last time here, Dustin Phillips in the 44. It's going to be close. They coming in. It's a race. They touch. They bang. Fenders. The 04 will win it. Jordan Beck passed him. Coming across the line, Tim, he only needed inches upon inches. Let's go back on the replay. I got to watch it one more time.
Who won it?
Jordan Beck by mere feet at the line.
You're kidding me.
No, he was about a foot in front of him, and he pulled this win off. Wow, what a finish. Wow.
I'm going to go slow-mo on this one.
Definitely go slow-mo because that was a race to the finish right there.
Dad, gum.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh, man, a bumper.
A bumper. All it needed was just right there. And folks, that's just a little sample of what we're going to see, because next week we go to Daytona with these guys. Wow.
Jordan Beck did get down on him.
Hey, had to do what he had to do to get that thing. Let's see if we can't get these guys, men, up here. I know he was having trouble earlier. If not, I'm going to bring Dustin and tell those guys to come up here. I'm going to bring Dustin Phillips up right fast. Dustin Phillips, Joe in the boots. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, Joe. What's up, buddy?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, you dominated most of this race, and just like that, if this is what we're looking for the entire season, man, hang on to your hats and buckle down, because that was a finish out there. Tell us how your truck felt.
Truck was pretty good, man. The trucks were fast tonight. This Hyper Motorsports Toyota Tundra, Precision Products Toyota was pretty much on the rail tonight, and can't thank my teammates enough there ahead of. I want to give a big thank you to Calvin Allison and Jordan Beck. They raced us clean there at the end, and that's the kind of stuff we're looking for, man. And I got to give a big shout out to my teammate Greg Willis there. Gave me a hell of a push. He was about to blow up there, and we just run out of steam right there at the end, and it was just a race to the finish. And tell you what, it was a hell of a job by Jordan and them there, and very deserving of the win. You can dominate a race all day, but you got to lead that last one. And I tell you what, we gave it everything we had tonight. Just come a little bit short, but it's a good feeling to know that we got some competitive trucks here this season.
No doubt about it. And like I say, that's just a little taste of what we're going to see, because next week we go to Daytona with these trucks. It's definitely going to be very, very awesome here. As that winner here tonight, I mean, Jordan, he just did everything he had to do. Barely just right there at the end, pulled it off here tonight, and a thriller. I got to ask the favor, though, and this is just Discord, and you got to love it, is I can't get anybody moved up here because it won't scroll. Can you let those guys know to jump up here so we can get an interviews in with them?
I sure can.
Maybe we'll have to move the broadcast move down because it seems like I can move guys down easier than I can move them up.
Hang on a minute, Jordan.
Yeah, I tell you what, while I'm on here, Joe, I did want to say a big thank you to you and Tim for calling the race tonight. These guys did a hell of a job here tonight, and just proud of each and every one of them.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, if that wasn't a show, I don't know what was, and I hate to see what happened there on lap 1. I could have easily been caught up in it, but luckily made it through, and I think that was the break of the race for me, just to stay out of that trouble. But I appreciate y'all, and go ahead and go down here and interview these next two, this third place finisher, Greg Willis.
Yeah, let me get up here, and Dustin, I appreciate it, man. Like I say, well, as always, I know you finished it out second here tonight. Real quick, though, Dustin, since you finished out second, you got anybody out there you want to thank?
Oh, yeah, I want to thank all this Hyper Motorsports, Dustin Phillips, Motorsports, and Butch Frazier Performance. We've aligned a pretty good alliance here this season, and I think it will show. Today was kind of a wild card, but we had a pretty good showing, and just excited about the season coming up. I definitely want to thank Precision Race Products, 5150 race trailers, and TRD for giving us some strong engines here tonight. And I appreciate all these members that have showed up to race with us. I love what we've created here at the USRL, and we're just looking to continue to build each and every week. So I appreciate you and Tim in the booth putting on a show. Without this, nobody would be able to see what we're doing, and I appreciate y'all for that. So I really want to thank finishing this out is Jack Walls. He has been, ever since he's come in, I will say, to my life, he's been a big inspiration. He's a hell of a driver. I hate to see him get taken out like that, or get caught up in something, but he's really done a lot for this league, and this memorial for his dad, man, is just something that's outstanding. I love to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to many more. And I just want to tell Jack thank you for all what he does, and I'm sure everybody that's out there watching that knew or knows Jack's dad knew the type of man he was, and I know he's raised a good son. So, Joe, I appreciate it. I'm gonna let somebody else talk to you.
All right, well, I appreciate Dustin as always pulling it off here in second place. Well, we got a third place man up here, and that's actually going to be Greg Willis. And he definitely, man, did a fine job here pulling this thing off in a thriller here at Daytona. Tim, I'll let you get a talk in with that third place man, Greg, there.
Hey, fella. It was a good race there. Most fun I've had in a long time in this iRacing, but I was starting to overheat there. Those last 3 laps, both lights were just blinking at me. I was well over 300 degrees, and I was just thinking, just last one more lap, and actually coming to the finish line there, probably about 200 yards from the finish line, it started losing a lot of power, and I just come off of Dustin's rear end, off his bumper. Couldn't stay with him, couldn't stay pushing him. I wanted to. I would have loved to push him up there, but it was a fun race. Once we got everything kind of sorted out there, that was a fun run, and I just want to thank everybody for letting me join. Hyper Motorsports, best trucks out there, and appreciate you guys for broadcasting it for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, there, Greg, it was a pleasure watching y'all, man. And like you said, Calvin was right there on your outside, and he gave you everything you wanted there, but them two in front of you is what had the race going.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he was pushing pushing me hard there, and I appreciate that. I did get hit one time there, and with the amount of force he hit me, I hit Dustin and got Dustin a little bit squirrely. But Dustin, with his experience on these tracks, he was able to hold it. But yeah, it was a nail biter. I know my hands are sweaty and my heart's been beating out of my chest. That last, I don't know what that run was there, 12, 15 laps. That's probably the hardest I've drove, and everybody did real good. I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season.
I hear that. And ain't it funny how your heart rate will go up when you get up there like that?
Yeah. At one point in the race, I think I was 15th or 16th, and thought, well, if we can finish her out top 10, I'd be happy. And throughout all the cautions and throughout guys pitting, I had pitted early there a couple times at the beginning of the race and got my fuel. So I was actually good on fuel, and ended up being 5th, and then eventually worked my way up to 3rd. But it was just it was fun. It was very exciting, and it is funny how running 15th, everything's kind of calm. As soon as you get in that top 5, that's when it starts. That's when it starts ramping up.
Hey, you got anybody you want to thank our brother?
Yeah, like I said, I want to thank Dustin for letting me and my cousin, who was in the race tonight, got taken out one of them wrecks, David Roach. He let both of us join Hyper Motorsports. I want to thank Dustin for that. I want to thank the USRL for putting this on. I want to thank you guys for broadcasting it, and just wanted to have a good run for my grandfather. I know some people probably noticed what the WB3 on our trucks is. Me and my cousin's grandfather's name was William Bryan Longs III, so we wanted to have a memorial for him. So we named our trucks WB3 for him. So I'm glad we could put on a good showing.
Well, that's good, there, buddy. You go ahead and enjoy that 3rd place. That ain't nothing to. I mean, 3rd place is not first, but it's not last.
Yes, sir. Thanks you guys again, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right, Greg, we'll be here, and you have a good one there, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim, right there, 3rd place man, Greg Willis. Well, I'm going to head off down here in Victory Lane. Oh, boy, it was a thriller, and I know this guy has got to be ecstatic, tired, and just wow. And Jordan Beck, it's Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, man, I tell you what, you got up front, then got pushed outside, got dropped back to the back. At that point, did you think you was going to be able to muscle your way back up front?
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get all the way back up there, but I always have a fast truck when it comes to these plate tracks, and just enjoy racing up there with those guys.
No doubt about it. Well, you only had to get inches, and you got it. About a foot is all you needed to get out front in front of Dustin up there, and you had a great pusher behind you. Take us going out of that turn 4. Did you think you had the momentum to get it out front?
I thought I did. I knew Greg was pushing real hard there, and I knew it was going to come down to the wire. And I thought somebody might try to take it 3 wide, but they didn't, and we just stayed in there. And I haven't went back and looked at the finish, so I just knew it was close.
Oh, very close. By about a foot right there is all. But that's all you needed. Inches to get across the line. It was an awesome drag race between you and Dustin. But you pulled it off here, kind of the preseason race. 2nd annual Harry J. Walls 150 out here at Daytona for the USRL under the lights tonight. How's this momentum help you going into Daytona next week for the first race of the season?
I'll just use it and head forward. That's all you can do. You never know what's going to happen when you come to places like this.
Well, I always call them the wild card races, plate tracks, like you just said it. You probably couldn't have said it any better. You definitely never know. But, hey, I do know one thing. You're the winner here tonight for the 2nd annual Harry J. Walls 150 here at Daytona under the lights for the USRL. You got anybody you want to thank out there, Jordan?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the USRL for putting this on. Dustin's a hell of a guy. We've raced together for 2 or 3 years now, and just always like getting in here and racing with him. I know he'll race everybody clean if he can, and I mean, that's what you like. That's how you race people. That's what you like in return. And I'd like to thank teammate Calvin Allison. He pushed me up there, got me to the front, gave me some words to go by while I was driving. So,
no doubt about it. You definitely did. Calvin Allison and the company up there helping you go. And as always, again, congratulations for putting it in victory lane here tonight for the 2nd annual Harry J. Walls and a preseason race to the Daytona next week here for the USRL. Tim, I tell you what, man, wow. It's all we can say is wow coming out of this one. because if we look at our results, that man right there, Jordan Beck, he did it. He put it in victory lane. Dustin Phillips in second. Greg Willis starting in third. Calvin Allison, like I say, he's part of that Alabama gang there, and he started in fifth, finished it out in fourth. Trey Hoovler, and that's right, I think I got it right. I always called him Hoover, but Hoovler finishing out fifth. Jamie Christensen right there in sixth. Mike Abbott, in seventh. Dustin Ping in eighth. William Long in ninth. And Butch Frazier rounding out the top 10s. We looked at the rest of this one. Tim, you got any final words on this race here tonight?
Only thing I can say, Joe, wow. It was a race to the finish.
Loved it. And it's definitely, folks, if you enjoyed that, you're definitely going to enjoy next week, man, because we here at Daytona, well, we got the full-on style. Well, it's not a whole race, but definitely a lot longer than what it was here tonight. And it's going to be a interesting one here. We're going to leave here at Daytona, and it's going to be a very, very good one here as it's for our second annual Harry J. Walls. And again, congratulations to Jordan Beck for pulling that thing off here tonight in a thriller with only mere inches there coming to the line. And the USRL here tonight at Daytona. As we leave here, folks, we appreciate everybody coming out. And everyone, have a good night.